If you ever had the urge to watch me get kicked in the head by a cow, today is the day to stick around and watch till the end. We are embarking on a new journey today, a journey of milking our own cow. We're not just milking a cow for the first time today, we're actually training this cow to be milked. She has had some contact. It's Ginger. Some of you may recognize her. This is the cow who had about 2 years ago a calf with a broken leg. She's had lots of contact from people because of that. So she's pretty gentle, but she's never been fully milked before. She has had her udder handled. She's been handled, but she's never been actually milked all the way out. So that is what we're planning on doing today, is training her. Supplies we're bringing for this adventure is a thing of hot soapy water, clean off her teat, a milking pail, and a bucket with some alfalfa pellets in it. She's currently out in this pen, and I believe her calf is actually nursing on her as we speak. This is the little corral that we keep our cows in through the winter. Still a mess, haven't had anybody come help us clean it out yet, or had the time for it yet, but the plan is to get her into this little corner where she will be quite contained, throw a rope halter on her. Oh, that's terrible lighting. This little spot here where she can be contained, throw a rope halter on her, and then we're just gonna try gentling her a little bit and see if we can milk some. Can you head in there for me? Oh, we're both gonna fight to go in there. Yep. You stay in. With a lot of luck, I was able to get that halter on the first try. Just knock it over. Don't do that. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? She's pretty interested in eating right now, so we're gonna see what we can do. What she'll let us do here. Like I said, this is not her first time being handled, but it is her first time being milked out, so whew. I don't have anything to sit on, and hopefully I don't get trampled and or kicked in the face. She ran out of food, so she's gonna kick me now. I'm gonna go grab her some more. She ran out of food, so she started to dance around and kick, so I had to run and get some more. So we're back to trying this.
Yeah.
Things were going really smooth until this idiot decided that he wanted in to get some food. Look at him. He's all kinds of mad. Trying to bust in there. And that is not making her happy one bit. We might have to next time lead her out somewhere else. I didn't think she was gonna do as good as she did, but she's doing really good with it, so we'll see. Oh, she's gonna break stuff. We're gonna see if we can get her to calm down. Otherwise, we might have to be done. I milked a fair amount, so we'll see how it goes. I think she's done really well for her first time. She's getting really agitated, so I'm gonna let her go, get back with her calf. We're probably gonna try moving her to a different spot next time we do this, or get him, not her calf. This is Caleb's show steer. What is his name? Bruce. We're gonna move him somewhere else or feed him at the same time so that he's not over here bugging her. But yeah, she did really good. Let me show you what we got here. It is not delicious white milk. There's a lot of colostrum in that still. Let me let her go before I get stepped on. Relax. There you go. You can find your way out. So like I was saying, a lot of colostrum in there still, which I find surprising, seeing that her calf is already over a week old. I thought for sure she'd be done with colostrum, but I don't think that he has cleaned out those front two teats ever. I think he's just eaten off the back teats. So they had a fair amount of colostrum. I mean, all of it was colostrum pretty much. So I wasn't planning on us using any of this milk anyway. This is all just gonna go to the pigs, but it might be a few days before we get some decent milk to actually give to them. Bruce wants his breakfast. Hey Bruce. Hey man. So had she not been previously handled like she was, and she was a little bit more on the wild side, I wouldn't have changed anything. The steps I would have done is push her in the same little pen. It would have taken me a lot longer to get a halter on her. I would have just gone at her pace, watched how stressed she was, maybe taken 2 or 3 days to actually get to the point of putting a halter on her. And once she was haltered, I would have taken a lot longer just to brush her down, get her comfortable with me being next to her. I already knew she was comfortable with that because she'll eat a treat out of my hand. I can pet her sometimes. She's pretty chill. Most of that was from when that calf had the broken leg and we had to handle her all the time. So she's pretty calm anyway. But for the first time being milked, that was quite incredible actually. I did not expect that at all. I expected to get kicked in the head a couple times, or at least kicked it all. She never kicked once. She stepped a couple times, but she never even tried to kick the whole time, so pretty impressive. Let's go get this milk out to some pigs. So while I'm walking with this, let me tell you a couple things. This is kind of an experiment for us to see the value of getting this milk for ourselves. We already drink raw, unpasteurized milk that we get from a local dairy. Holy cow, there was a hole there. Woo! That we get from a local dairy that is great milk. I mean, very, very good. It's not something that we raise ourselves, but we want to be more self-sufficient and be able to do that if we needed to. So, an experiment to see what the cost would end up being for us. Biggest cost being food. That food, I mean, it was alfalfa pellets, 17 bucks for a 50-pound bag. If it takes me 5 days to go through a 50-pound bag, not too big of a deal. If it takes me 2 days, that's pretty expensive. Mostly expensive because this is all I got. Hey, get off of that. Because this is all I got. I would say that's maybe a quart at the most. We'll go inside and kind of estimate how much it was, but here. Those pigs don't even know what that is. They're gonna be like, what is this? Get a taste of it, they're gonna love it. But yeah, it wasn't a ton of milk. Like I said, maybe a quart that I got today. So if it's taken me $5 worth of that alfalfa pellet to get me a quart, that's what, 20 bucks a gallon of feed for a gallon of milk. So, you know, it's cheaper to go buy it from the dairy. Granted, I don't know what the dairy's feeding their cows. I'm sure they've got some sort of grain in there. Not going to be terribly dissimilar to what we're feeding. So, is it higher quality milk? Maybe, maybe not. But what I know it is something we can produce ourselves. Self-sufficiency. And so, do I want to be able to do that? Yes. Do I want it to be cost effective? Yes. So this is our experiment. We'll see how it turns out for us. It'll end up being a lot cheaper if this guy doesn't steal all of our food. Get out. That's not for you. Reaching through the fence. Get out. Back up. Get your head out of there. Yeah, you got yourself stuck. That's a dumb move. Come on, pull back out. How did you even manage that? You're in the wire. Idiot. Your head in there. A little grain for him because he's going to the fair. We'll get them a little hay too, and then we'll go inside and see kind of an estimate of how much that bucket was filled up. Let's go see if we can figure out how much milk we actually got from her. So to estimate this, I just grabbed me a quart of water. We're just gonna pour it in the pail, see how it fills up. Well, I mean, it's hard for you to judge because I can't point you down that camera very well, but that's actually a little less than half, or a little more than half of what I got from her. So, if I was able to milk her all the way out, I bet I would have gotten at least a half gallon today. And I don't think she's in full production, where she's still putting out so much colostrum. So, I mean, I guess there's a potential we could get a gallon of milk a day from her in one milking, a gallon in one milking. I would only milk her once a day. We just calf share, or milk share, whatever you want to calf. I think it's calf share.
I don't understand you. What do you want?
Anyway, where the calf gets half. We'll separate the calf at night and milk her in the morning. She wasn't separated at all either, so that also is a factor into it, that we could have potentially gotten more milk had we separated that calf last night, which we did not do. So another great thing is that we didn't even have to put her in a stanchion. She just stood there. I mean, put that halter on her, but she stood pretty well, even though she wasn't anything really restraining her. She did get to dancing around at the end when Bruce was bugging her, but for not being in a stanchion, being her first time, I think she handled it pretty well.
For the last week and a half, I've been trying to calf separate and milk, and it's been mostly disaster. Let me get her milked one last time, and then I'll tell you about it. Ew. That was less terrible than the last several times, but still, she just does not want to cooperate. She will let me milk she'll let me milk out her front 2 teats, but then she just starts dancing around and throwing a fit once I try to move on. Let's go take a look at how much we actually got, and then I'll tell you what our plan is with this girl. 1 quart. That is about all she's ever given us at a time. I could have milked out just a little bit more on her if I'd had the patience for it, but she was trying to kick that can over, or that bucket over. She was not standing still and kind of throwing a fit, so I gave up on her. Biggest problem that we're having is that when we separate her calf, she bawls all night long. Last night, of course, was the best. She only woke me up about 5 or 6 times. Didn't keep me up the whole night, but it's not worth it. We're not getting any sleep. She's too close to the house and she just cries way too much when we separate her calf. You know, and the question comes, are we getting a better product than what the dairy can provide for us? And I would argue, probably not. We're not feeding any kind of special organic hay. It's not like she's out on pasture. She's just in that little corral. So the feed she's getting, the conditions she's living in, not any better than what that dairy provides. So I can drive 10 minutes. We usually get 4.5 gallons at a time. I can get my 4.5, 5 gallons of milk in a 10-minute drive. I don't have to fight with the cow trying to kick me in the head. Hang on, I gotta get some food for these little bunnies. I don't have to spend sleepless nights because a cow's crying 20 feet from my back window. So I think that's a better option for us. I like the idea. Seems romantic to be able to get up in the mornings and milk my little cow, but it's just not, it doesn't make sense in our situation. So we will just stick with milk from the dairy and raising beef for now. We know that we can do it if we really had to. If we were in a pinch and we couldn't get to a dairy, we had no other option but to milk our own cow, we could definitely do it. We've proved that. We'd have to have a lot of cows to get enough milk for us at the rate that we're doing right now, but it's an option. We'd probably just buy an actual milk cow. I mean, she is a milk cow, but she's a dual purpose cow, so not the best milking cow that there is.
So our plan now is just to load her up and haul her across town to the pasture where the other cows are.